I think Robert Downey Jr., Doctor Doom, is going to kill Tom Holland Spider-Man in Avengers Doomsday. This right here is a little theory I've been cooking up with my editor, Brady. Shout out to Brady. And there's actually like evidence and some leaks and rumors that could make this happen. I think it's gonna be freaking epic as hell, and it's gonna lead to Tom Holland getting the symbiote suit and coming back to life. This is the exact type of nerdy stuff that just blows my freaking mind. And if they actually pull this off for the next Avengers movies, oh my fucking god. Okay, let me explain the theory to you. Now, it begins with an understanding of an old plot leak / rumor for Spider-Man 4. Now, this rumor's older. I don't actually think it's still going to happen, but just walk with me on this because it's actually really important to understanding this whole theory with RDJ Doctor Doom killing Tom Holland Spider-Man. In the original plot leak, Spider-Man was actually going to die in Spider-Man 4. Yeah, Tom Holland Spider-Man. He was going to die. Be killed probably by Kraven or one of the other Sinister Six people. And without getting lost in the weeds, this is a thing that I did videos on a long time ago. This was connected to the plot line of Kingpin being the mayor of New York City and him outlawing vigilantes. But then he was going to employ actual mercenaries to go after the vigilantes, basically bringing in Sinister Six members and having them go after Spider-Man and maybe Daredevil, maybe Punisher. And then we're going to kill Tom Holland Spider-Man, like funeral and everything. He was going to die in the movie. But the piece of the Venom symbiote that was left behind by Eddie Brock in the post-credit scene of Spider-Man No Way Home, that little bit of symbiote was gonna like ooze its way into the grave, wrap itself around Tom Holland Spider-Man, and heal him, bringing him back to life. You know how in the Venom movies, the Venom symbiote can heal Eddie Brock and, you know, even potentially bring him back to life? That's what they were gonna do with Tom Holland Spider-Man. And I think the main reason they wanted to do this was so that they could set up Tom Holland Spider-Man in the symbiote suit for Avengers 5 and Avengers 6. Now, things have changed, and we've recently been talking a lot about the new rumors about Spider-Man 4 and how now it is actually going to take place after Avengers Doomsday. So roughly speaking, you're going to have movies come out like this. You're going to have Avengers Doomsday, then you're going to have Spider-Man 4 with Tom Holland, then you're going to have Secret Wars. And there's some speculation on what the story for Spider-Man 4 is going to be, but it does appear to be more multiversal, likely bringing back Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, and doing something real crazy with the multiverse and with Tom Holland, which would then be paid off further in Avengers Secret Wars. And so basically, I think they are taking this plot point that they were going to do in Spider-Man 4, and now they're going to put it in Avengers Doomsday. And there's an even extra added layer of craziness here because, of course, it's going to be RDJ Doctor Doom as the bad guy instead of Kang. And of course, Tom Holland Spider-Man has history with Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man in the MCU. And although we don't know exactly what the Russos are cooking up with Doctor Doom, a lot of us believe you're going to see him with the mask off. He's going to look like RDJ, and there's going to be something to that, right? So, like, maybe a little bit of that Deadpool energy where Deadpool thinks that Chris Evans is Captain America only to discover that he's actually Johnny Storm. Maybe it'll be something like that. Maybe it'll be even deeper than that with other crazy theories, like maybe the fact that this RDJ variant of Iron Man was actually Victor Von Doom that was adopted as Tony Stark in the MCU, and that's kind of always been the thing. Or maybe RDJ is just an Iron Man variant that becomes Doctor Doom. We still really don't know what they're cooking over there, but we all understand that they're probably doing something to make characters like Tom Holland Spider-Man freak out when they see Doctor Doom. Like, there have already been a ton of incredible memes about RDJ coming in and then Tom Holland Spider-Man being like, Mr. RDJ Tony Stark, sir? But there are actually two other really big reasons that this could happen. The first being this whole idea of the anchor beings. Anchor beings concept that was introduced in Deadpool and Wolverine. It's the thing that anchors a universe, and if that person dies, then the universe begins to wither and die. And it really seems like the anchor beings are being set up as something that Doctor Doom is going to need to interact with. Maybe he just needs to destroy them in order to have all of the universes be in a decayed state. Maybe he even figures out a way to sort of siphon off the cosmic power that these beings have in order to empower himself to become God Doom and rule over Battle World. Either way, it seems like the anchor being concept is something important for what Kevin Feiege and Marvel Studios is cooking for the multiverse saga, which now is all about Doctor Doom. And so you can see how them wanting to cook with the symbiote suit, wanting to cook with this anchor being concept, you could just see how they would take all of that and put it into Avengers Doomsday instead. I'm going to think about how epic that would be to see on the screen. RDJ coming in, realizing that Tom Holland Spider-Man is the anchor being, and then having to kill him or siphon off his power or do something like that. It just makes sense to take the plot point that was going to be in Spider-Man 4 with Tom Holland dying and then being brought to life by the symbiote and just injecting that into Avengers 5 now, having Doctor Doom be the one that kills him. And another crazy reason that I think this is happening has to do with Sony and Marvel wanting to do multiversal stuff together. And I actually believe you might see some stuff either in the Kraven movie or in the Venom 3 film that sets up multiversal stuff connected to the symbiotes themselves, which could be explored not only in the Spider-Man 4 movie, which might have freaking Eddie Brock Venom with all of these other Spider Boys doing something crazy, but it would also lend itself to Sony to be able to do their own multiversal stuff past Secret Wars, which we've also heard is something they are interested in doing. And I mean, if you really think about it, for Marvel and for Sony, it's a big deal to get Tom Holland Spider-Man in the Venom symbiote suit. It's the perfect way to tie in Tom Hardy's Venom to maybe Secret Wars or maybe at least Spider-Man 4 with Tom Holland. And there's clearly evidence that this was something they were already building the connection for. If you look at Venom 2 and then the post-credit scene in that movie and also in Spider-Man No Way Home, this seemingly was a big connection that Sony and Marvel wanted to use to connect each other's universe via the multiverse. Basically, there's like a lot of reasons as to why this could make sense. There's a ton of evidence that it was actually happening, and there's so many freaking awesome things that they could do with this. And guys, oh my god, I just thought of this. Okay, so what if this happens, right? And RDJ Tony Stark comes back and he kills Tom Holland Spider-Man, and then Tom Holland Spider-Man goes to the Soul Stone realm like Thanos' daughter did and sees Tony Stark. And by the way, they actually shot something like this with Tony Stark and his daughter for Endgame. How freaking trippy would that be if Tom Holland Spider-Man literally gets killed by RDJ as Doctor Doom and then goes to the Soul Stone realm and sees the actual RDJ Iron Man who gives him like a piece of advice or whatever, and then Peter's like brought back by the Venom symbiote or something like that. I'm just saying there's crazy possibilities here. I think it's going to happen, man. And I think that not only do they want to set this up in Doomsday, where Doctor Doom kills Peter, but then they want to have Peter Parker come back to life via the symbiote, possibly explore that in Spider-Man 4, and then have Tom Holland with the Venom symbiote face off against Doctor Doom or God Doom in the Secret Wars movie. I mean, come on. Wouldn't that be epic as shit? Oh, I'm getting so excited just thinking about it. Let me know what you think about this theory in the comment section below. It is just a theory, but there is evidence and other leaks and rumors to suggest that this could be a thing. And as I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.